Alright, shalom, y'all. Quick video on what's going on overseas. Hoping y'all can get some understanding on how it should be between man and woman. I know this ain't gonna be popular. Y'all ain't gonna really want to hear everything that's going on in this video, but hey, the truth hurt. Especially in an evil country. This is an evil ass country. They got women in a position that they don't deserve and that they not supposed to be in. It's impossible for the one that's being protected to be in charge. And that's what's going on. The man is set to protect the woman. If an intruder come in the middle of the night, the man's job is to protect the woman. Yet the woman is in charge of the man. The woman able to tell the man whatever she want, and his job as being a good man is supposed to do whatever the woman says. Do whatever the woman says to make her happy and to make the marriage smooth. Happy wife, happy life. But what you're gonna see here is what's going on in Afghanistan is they taking their women back as possessions. They've been possessions before, and now they're taking them back as possessions like they was before. They're not allowing American customs to rule their country while America is not there. They didn't chase America up out of there, and now they taking back their women. And it's funny because what they did in the beginning, they tried to lie to, America and to the rest of the world. Say, oh, we're going to allow the women to go to school. We're going to let them go to school and this and that. And what it is, about a year later, now all of a sudden you see them closing down the schools. And this is done for a reason, man. It changes the power. It takes the power from out of the woman's hands. Like the scriptures say, if she will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. They're supposed to be learning from their husbands. But now we done got it to where women can go to these institutions and then look down on men that have not went to the institutions. And they realizing that is out of order. It don't matter what she know or what knowledge that they didn't put on her. She should never put herself in a position higher than a man. I don't care if she got 10 master degrees. You not better than no man on this earth. Why? Because a man is in the lordship position and women are servants to men. But by Afghanistan doing this, again, they are taking back their women as possessions. But y'all check it out.
Now to South Asia, and the Taliban government of Afghanistan has ordered an indefinite ban on university education for women. The order was signed by the Minister of Higher Education, further restricting women's access to formal schooling, just 3 months after thousands of girls and women sat university entrance exams across the country. Azadeh Mashiri has this report.
The Taliban takeover meant only one thing for the women and girls of Afghanistan: fear. Fear they'd lose their freedoms, their education, their future. More than a year later, the direction of travel has been cemented. Women no longer have access to university.
Women of Afghanistan have been doomed from the very first day that this group took over. Like they
Notice she say, from the very first day that this group took over. What group she talking about? Her people. She don't want to be ruled by her own people. She want to be ruled by this wicked ass country called America that's allowing women to do and say whatever the hell they want. But it's not in their customs to do this. This is them being coons to America. That's what's going on.
Flagship of conduct is oppression of women. The war in Afghanistan has not ended. There is no peace.
He said that flagship. I mean, what they stand on more than anything is operation of women. Yeah, that's because those are their possessions. That's how a man is uplifted in his own household, is by having control over his house. But now it's in this country, a woman could talk to a man disrespectfully in front of the children, and now the children always go to the mother for everything instead of going to the father. Because they know she can override stuff. He can't override nothing that she say in this country.
There has been a steady stream of setbacks. Here are just a few. In March, the Taliban broke their promise to reopen secondary school for girls. 2 months later, women were forced to veil their faces as well as their hair. In September, the Women's Affairs Ministry was disbanded, and only last month.
They were slowly taking it back, slowly taking it back. They ain't do it all at one time because they ain't want America be trying to come over there with that nonsense. Then they had to get into another little war. So they slowly took it back.
Women were barred from parks, gyms, and swimming pools in the capital.
Women barred from parks, gyms, and swimming pools. Now, a lot of people be like, oh, that's going too far or whatever. Now, let's keep it 100. Why in the hell do these women need to be in public parks, public schools, and public swimming pools? I mean, public gyms and public swimming pools. They need to be in private settings, away from danger and around their head, around their Lord, the man that's over them. Not saying that a woman can't do any type of work outside of the house, but we're not talking about work. We're talking about parks and swimming pools and gyms. This is just laxing activity, just chilling activity. Women need to be around their protection when they're doing these types of things. Not just at the neighborhood pool, or not the neighborhood, the city pool around thousands and thousands of people, thousands of men. You don't know what could possibly happen. The thing is, these women don't get is at the end of all of understanding your role, your order, understanding who you are to the man. The end of that is your protection. It's all about you being protected to the extent that you need. But American women hate that because they think they're already protected by the police officers. So they think that they don't need no protection from nobody. But you're going to come to see that very soon that you're not protected by the police officers. There's not enough police officers to protect all y'all. But women do not belong in these public places because it does nothing but cause confusion and cause men to commit adultery. That's what it does. It causes men to lust after women that are married. As in the book of Matthew chapter 5 states, if you look upon a woman that is married to a man, you have committed adultery in your heart. This is how it happens when they're in all these public places. I mean, just think about the American parks, American gym. In American parks, you got women running half naked down on trails. American gyms, you got women half naked in there doing squats and hip thrusts and damn lunges in there with bike shorts on. American swim pools, you got women out there with two pieces on and all manner of the smallest lingerie you can think of, but they label it as swimsuits. It's just foolishness, man. It's just allowing the woman freedom that she does not need. When she can get these exercises in around her house, anywhere around her house, around where she can be monitored by her Lord. Where it's not other men coming up to her, trying to holler at her. The thing is, America loves to give women these options to where they can have this attention so they can commit adultery. This country is all about allowing y'all to commit adultery. This country is about taking your protection away from you, taking your guidance away, so your guidance don't know what's going on, where you can go out and do whatever, so you can commit adultery. This is the evil country that Christ is coming back to destroy. All right, and He coming back to destroy it because of this type of stuff. Because we allow women to go and do whatever and destroy men. That's what's going on out here. They don't need to be at public gyms. They don't need to be at public swimming pools. They don't need to be at public parks. That's where nothing but adultery, that's just gateways to adultery. And I know y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear the equality and, a woman could do this and do that. The woman is your possession. The truth be told, if you ask a man, does he want his woman going to these places and knowing the things that's going on in these places, he'll tell you he don't. But the problem is, because America have told him it's wrong to control his woman, it's wrong to tell her what to do, he is afraid to even speak his mind truthfully and tell you, oh, nah, I don't really want my woman doing all that. I prefer her to be around the house where I know where she at and I know ain't nobody messing with her. That's what a man really want. But again, it's looked at as wrong and evil for a man to actually voice his opinion on his own property, his own possession. It's amazing how every other thing that you have, every other thing that you own, you got control over, except your woman. You got control over every single thing that you own. You can do whatever with it. You can sit it down, pick it up, move it over here, do what you want to do with your property. And yes, these women are your property. But when it comes down to your wife, you can't tell her what to do. This is by design, man, in the most evil country on the earth. That's the reason why, again, I always tell you, women come from all over the earth to be here, to be free, in the land of free women, which is why they have the Statue of Liberty. It's the statue of free women. And they're trying to take their customs overseas and got these women overseas pretty much coveting the way they live their life and trying to live like them, when their customs, their laws have not been corrupted to that point. Even though they don't live by the full law of the Most High, they still don't have their laws corrupted to the point where the woman just out of control like that. Why? Because that completely turns the household upside down. You don't have a household. You don't have a family. As we starting to see, families are being done away with because the woman is out of order. The woman has there's nobody to hold the woman accountable. There's nobody to tell the woman, no, you can't just leave and destroy this whole family. You have to stay. This is your family. This is what you have. You can't just go and pick another one. Because of that, because there's no order, we're allowing these women to destroy family after family after family after family. That's what's going on here in, again, Satan's seat, the most evil country on earth.
It's another very troubling move, and it's difficult to imagine how a country can develop, can deal with all of the challenges that it has without the active participation of women and the education of women.
That's the white boy mentality right there. They got everybody thinking it's okay for women to be on the same level. Talking about, I don't see how they could possibly do this without the education of women. Well, they've been doing it their whole damn life until y'all interrupted their shit. Till y'all interrupted their life, they was good. They had everything ran the way it was supposed to be ran, and the women didn't feel like they was being oppressed. It wasn't until they seen your women come around there half naked on these little trips and doing whatever the hell they want to do, that's when they start thinking, well, wait, maybe I should be able to live a life like that. The women did not feel oppressed. The women was happy in their households, happy understanding that they have a man that's in charge of them, that's there to protect them. They had to listen to them. If they got out of line, he disciplined them. They didn't have no problem with that. America have created a problem in these people's land. And now they're making it seem like these women are being oppressed or being treated wrong because they're not living American women lifestyles. Their own cultures is now them being treated wrong. Get the hell out of here with that, man.
It all harkens back to the 90s. That was the last time the Taliban enforced its authoritarian regime. And this is Afghanistan today. The only place on earth where women do not have a right to their full education, leaving little room for hope. Azadeh Moshiri, BBC News.
Yelda Royan is the Afghan lead for the women's rights group Voice, having advised the World Bank and a range of government departments and NGOs on gender-based issues before being evacuated from Kabul in 2021 by the US. I spoke to her earlier on. I asked her how the Taliban had progressively eroded women's rights since seizing power.
Taliban is
So yeah, she's one of the coons as well that completely conformed over to the way of America, and now she's gonna just talk down on her own people.
Started with stopping women from going to work as soon as they took the control of Afghanistan. And this continued by removing the girls or barring them from accessing education.
Now, why did they stop them going to work? America had these girls over here being doctors, lawyers, scientists, being dentists, and these women had positions that men didn't have. While it's men homeless, men not able to even provide for their own because they're giving women so much. And that's what you see here in America. You see all these men that's homeless out here and women having all of these different types of jobs that men could have, and the women could be at home taking care of the house while the men bringing in the bread. Everything is completely upside down. It would be half the homeless population that we have right now would not be there if all of these women were not in the positions of power that they in right now. These women are taking these men's jobs. That's what's going on. I'm sure y'all done heard me say before, you go to Lowe's, you go to Home Depot, you go to AutoZone. These are men's jobs. Majority of the people that work there are women. Majority of them. And these are small level jobs. But it's just showing you how all the way down to the smallest level jobs, women have taken over. So they make sure that women have jobs and the men just get left out. What does that do? It causes the whole society to turn upside down because the women having more jobs than the men. Don't matter if they have more money than the men, because yes, it's men that are in positions of power on top that have more money. But for the majority, these are women out here that once they get jobs, they get a sense of empowerment. They feel like, okay, well, I don't need a man for anything because I can take care of myself. And the need for the man is the reason why it worked before, because you had that need. You understood that I need this man to take care of to take care of me, to take care of my children, and to protect me. Now, once you take away the finances, you take away the fact that he's there to protect her with 911, which again, 911 is not gonna get there fast enough. Y'all are being fooled. But you take away these things, you're taking away the power of the man. You're taking away the strength that the Lord gave him. Also with the education. You're giving the woman this education, and now she's looking at men that don't have their education like they're beneath her. This is wickedness, man. There's structure that was already set up to keep the man in the position of power, and America has destroyed it at every single turn. That's the reason why it's upside down out here.
Or secondary education, stopping them from going or secondary Afghanistan. And this continued by removing the girls or barring them from accessing education or secondary education, stopping them from going to school over grade 6. And then this continued to removing women from all aspects of public life by issuing more than 40 edicts, decrees, and decisions that are stopping them from taking part in any social, political, economical, or educational activities in the country. And this last decision that came this morning, or actually this afternoon US time, was on two hands. One, it was surprising for everyone, and on the other hand, it was also shocking for everyone, because we knew that this is going to happen as long as the Taliban continue what they're doing and the international community is not holding them accountable for their atrocities inside Afghanistan. They will continue.
Notice he said the international community holding them accountable. Not the people in the country holding them accountable. They waiting on the international, meaning they want somebody to come from another country and come save the day. Well, America was that one that was going to come and save the day, and they left. So your savior is not coming now. America was your savior for this feminism. Now, if you don't have American soldiers there to fight and to keep men out of the power position, guess what? The men going to take their position back. And we're going to touch on that right after this video too.
And this will not be the last decision that they are making to stop women from taking part in the society.
What do you think they will do next to curtail women's involvement in Afghan society?
Well, I think that actually already they have let the decision of the personal or the private lives of women under the control of men, and I think that next time they will just kill women and they will not.
They have let the private lives of women under the control of men. You do not have a private life. You have a protector. You have a leader. You have a lord, a king over you. You have a ruler over you. There is no private life. He's in charge of you. He tell you what to do. He tell you how to walk. He tell you how to talk. He tell you how to dress. He is your Lord. Y'all want to change it because America gave y'all these foolish thoughts, these foolish ideas to make you think that you deserve to have your own this, your own that, your own house, your own everything, your own private life. How can you have a private life and you are the servant of someone? It's just madness, man. The truth is the woman is a servant of the man. According to God, according to every single Bible on the earth. Again, this country is antichrist, and that's the reason why they don't have no problem putting a woman in power, which the book of Timothy tell you not to do. The woman not supposed to be in no seat of authority. But this country, again, is the evilest country on earth. And a lot of people are scared to admit it because they grew up here. They don't want to just go against all the people that's in the country that they so-called love. When you don't really love them, because the Bible say real love is letting them know when they're going against God. So God don't jack them up.
Let them leave anymore. So in a research that we recently in September we conducted with a group of human rights defenders inside Afghanistan, the human rights defenders said that they are not feeling safe inside their families even because of the increasing sentiment against towards the Taliban, and because of the fear of being persecuted by the Taliban, the men are kind of imposing different forms of violence on women inside the homes to keep them in compliance with what the Taliban are saying.
Yalda Royan there from the women's rights group Voice. Now to...
Yeah, that's what's going on. And I just hope y'all understand that America have poisoned these women's mind to make them think that they should not be in the position that they in. But the truth is, they're supposed to be serving men and everything. Let me find my other one. Where is that? There it go. Now check this out. Now this is Andrew Tate. A lot of people don't want to hear what Andrew Tate say. And a lot of times it's because he be keeping it a little too real when it comes to women. Again, like I said about the Taliban, I don't believe everything Andrew Tate say. I believe everything the Bible say. All right? But when this man speak about women, 90% of the time this man is on point, because he don't look at women as something to put on a pedestal. He look at women as servants. All right? But hear what he had to say about this specific situation, this specific subject that we was just looking at.
The only people who can defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out.
He said if all the feminists would get in one line and all the men, the real men that actually understand that women are not equal, they get in one line, meaning all the women get in one line together with the men that feel like women are equal. Let them get together, and then all the men that understand that they are not equal get on the other side. You're going to find out real fast that men and women are not equal. All right? It just is what it is. And like I said before, I played football coming up. It was no way you was finna convince me or any of my homeboys that women was equal to us, because they could not do the things that we could do. Women was cheerleaders on the sideline while we was out there smashing heads, knocking heads loose. That's what we was doing out there. Women can't do what we do. All right, it just is what it is, man.
And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghanistani Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves, now you have Afghani Defense Forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore, don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girl's like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
The women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. The second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now? So this is.
And that's the truth. That is what it is. The woman cannot defend. That's what I was saying earlier. They sitting there waiting for international communities to step in and stop the Taliban from what they're doing. You mean outsiders come in and stop your own people from living the lifestyle that they was living before the people came in and took over their shit? That's what you mean. You want to be a coon. You want to live like other people's cultures. You don't want to live the way that God set your culture up to live. That's what you talking about. You expecting help from a whole nother community outside of yours. How come none of the men in your community don't come together and say, oh, we're going to stand for women's rights. We're going to stand for a woman being able to do the same thing we do. No, because it don't make no sense. They're standing for their own damn destruction. Standing for the destruction of their household, the destruction of their children. Because they can't have no control over their house and over their children if the woman is in a position of power. Women do horrible in positions of power. All right, they're not supposed to be in that position. It's stressful as hell to them because that's not the job that they was put on earth to do. They was put on earth to serve a man in everything. Not go to all of these damn universities and be around all these damn men complimenting them on how they look all damn day. Giving them opportunities to sin. That's not what they was put here for. But America then confused y'all to thinking that it's all about making the woman feel great. If she doesn't feel great, then it must be evil. Nah, if the woman does not understand her role as a servant to a man, she is evil as hell. She does not understand her place. She don't understand what God put her on earth for. She's trying to live a life like a man.
The thing. This is when we assume that women perhaps don't have the physical or even mental ability to go to a war. Wait, because this is the thing.
So the brother said you get all of the men on one side and the women on one side, and we see how it go, and we already know how it's going to end up. And this woman said, oh, we're going to assume that women don't have the ability to protect themselves. This is what happens when we allow women to be in power. We have to live in the delusional world. We have to live in their made-up world where it's okay to just say whatever and think whatever. It does not matter. As long as it feels good to you, it don't matter how true it is. As long as it sounds good and feels good for all women. The truth is, you line 100 men up and you line up 100 women, the women are not even going to fight the men. All right, the women are going to run or play dead like you about to hear this woman say.
In Ukraine, a lot of women took up arms, and in fact, I'm Angolan. Wait, I'm Angolan. Wait, I'm Angolan. And
don't lie.
Listen,
to the people at home.
Wait, no worries. I'll talk about my personal story. Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I think it's also really silly to assume that, for example, a woman, because she didn't go to school, she'll not be as intelligent as a man. Therefore, naturally, a woman is not intelligent. No, it doesn't make sense. If we're now starting to normalize equality and we want to put everybody in the forefront, give a woman a gun. Who's normalizing equality? Well, that's what people are wanting. Then that's the case. Like her. Let me tell you, Auntie. Who wants to normalize equality? People like who? Feminists. Who else wants to?
See, the older sister, she be getting on their behind, letting them know, look here, this old feminism is out of there. This ain't what you want. She knows a time or remembers a time where her parents was in that type of position, where there was a one in charge, there was one that followed, which the husband was in charge and her mother followed. She from that time. It's a lot of women that's her age that still try to act like they not from that time and don't remember how it went. But she keeping it 100. Like, who's trying to normalize feminism? The only one trying to normalize feminism is feminists. The ones that think that they are equal to men. But everybody don't want that. It's just being shoved down everybody else's throat.
She know equality. I want respect. That's really what I want. Stopping you from getting respect. No, I get respect. I get respect. I get respect. So that's what I want. That's what I like. Respect. What I think is, you don't even know what you want. I'll tell you what I want. You don't know what you want. As a woman, I carry myself differently. I
actually hold the things that I have done in the fights that I fought. I hold it. That's why when you speak to me, I don't move different. I move different to many of the girls. That's why when you talk to me and you argue with me, I don't take it. You do sometimes. And I'll tell you something. A lot of women may have the accolades to be somebody, but they are uncomfortable to own that. And the reason why, then I would like to ask you, for example, I do need a man, for example, to, procreate. But other than that, I'm quite strong. And I would find a way to protect myself differently. With that mean
Notice she said, other than that, I don't really need a man. I could protect myself. I could find ways to protect myself other than procreation. That's how bad it done got. That's literally, they only feel that you are worthy of just procreation. That's it. That's the only thing that you're good for. And men out here protecting feminism have to understand this is what the hell you is protecting. You protecting women that feel like you ain't good for nothing but procreation. Because that's how most feminists feel. They feel like they can do everything else by themselves. They can take care of everything they need and all they need is except they can't procreate without a man. This is what they really think. It's crazy, man.
what would be the mentality for me then?
Danava, what would you do if one of these security guards broke into your door?
What would I do? Okay, I'll tell you.
What would you do? What would you do? Seriously,
She's a feminist.
I'll tell you. No, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I'm a bit smarter.
Okay.
Either I play dead. One. Yeah.
Okay, they see you're not dead.
It's okay.
The woman said she would play dead. After going through all this, talking about how she could defend herself and all that, this is what I mean by the delusion that we have to accept when we trying to act like they are equal to us. They can say whatever, but when it hit the fan, we see clearly that there is a strong need for men, for the protection of men, for the protection from men, for the providing, for the leadership. There's an extreme need for men. Men will hold women accountable. A man will make this woman be able to not say the things she's saying right now. But because she don't have a man in her life, that's why she's able to say what she's saying. Oh, I don't need a man for this. I don't need a man for that. Until a man busts that door down. She talking about, I'm going to play dead. Now, what the hell? Like, we are not no damn wild animals. A man can see that you playing dead. He not stupid. And what is that going to do as far as protecting you? Like, it's just pure madness, man.
No, I'd be like this, and then if not, maybe I would kind of like be very gentle and comply to find a way to get out of it.
So
If they want to come and kill me,
let's make it
But why be gentle and comply and all that when you was just saying how you can protect yourself? That's not protecting yourself. No, that's protecting yourself when it comes down to understanding that you cannot fight back. But why didn't you say that in the beginning? Why are you talking about, I'm pretty much this and that. I can protect myself, and what do I need a man for? And then as soon as the situation arises, I'm going to play dead. Like,
there's not much that many people
But
can
let's
do.
make an important point. You're talking about equality equaling respect. The way you get respect as a woman is by being feminine. There's nothing, we can be equal and very, very different. I'm not saying that there's not equality, but you've confused equality with the same. You can be equal with completely different things. You can have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she is very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect for being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where all gets fucked up. We try to pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good at different things. We have different strengths, different weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm a woman, I'm good at X, he's a man, he's good at Y. Then we work together as a team, we have a beautiful family, we're happy forever. It's only confused where you have women who sit and go, no, because in the name of equality, we can fight and work. There's no fucking women on the front line in Ukraine. That is psyop bullshit. They put some chick there dancing around with Pokemon dances to try and convince men to go fucking die in a ditch. It's garbage. If you go to the front line of Ukraine right now, you do not see women in their makeup and their manicures. You see fucking men in the freezing cold dying. You know where the women are? Dubai. Chilling. That's where the women are. So to sit and pretend that women are just as capable physically as men is a fucking lie.
That's a perfect example. When Ukraine got into it with Russia, they said all the women can leave. Y'all can leave and take the children, go on about y'all business, but we're going to stand here and try to protect the country. which was stupid as hell at the same time, because they don't need to be trying to protect the country against Russia, which they are Russians in the first damn place. But that's another story. But they told all the women to leave because they understand the women are absolutely useless in a time of war. Absolutely useless. It's nothing that they could be doing out there that's going to help. But America, being the idiots that they are, steady putting women in the army, steady putting women in positions where they're able to get out and fight against other men and having gunfights or hand-to-hand combat, putting their other soldiers, their men soldiers, at risk. All over politics, all over trying to make it seem like the woman is equal. This is the foolery that we are surrounded by on a daily basis here in this country, man.
Delusion. To say that you're as strong as man is delusion. You are good at other things. You're better than men at
Did you hear say no? He said that men saying a woman is strong as men, a woman are as strong as men is delusion. She said no way. That's delusion at its finest, man. At its finest.
all things, but it's not the physical.
Women and men, women are good at a lot of things, like he just said, but it's not the physical things that men are good at. It's just not. We are stronger. We are faster. We are quicker. We are more durable. We can take more punishment. We can dish out more punishment. Therefore, when it comes to war, we are more valuable than a woman. When a woman is on your team in war, you're going to spend more time trying to protect her than fighting the enemy, because you're trying to keep people off her behind. This country will destroy your mind, man. It will have you thinking completely backwards from natural order, from natural instinct. If you do not be careful, they will change your mind on everything that God has set up, on everything that God said the way it was supposed to be. They'll have you thinking it's a whole nother way. I hope y'all got some understanding, man. I'll get at y'all later. Shalom.